It's your favorite time again. We're going to be doom scrolling Twitter Roonies. What's happening on the front end of the news curve where all the heartbeat action is. DGen News. New. RobinHood CEO Vlad Tenev says, while it is true that the stock token giveaway, aren't technically equity, you can see the precise dynamics in our terms for those interested. The tokens effectively give retail investors exposure to these private assets. So we are literally revealing the new adoption wave into the cryptocurrency industry. Because right now we trade Ponzi tokens, okay? Ponzi tokens, they're digital networks, right? You just call them Ponzi's for fun, right? But everybody in the stock market world, see, we're ahead of the stock market, dudes. You know what I mean? It's just like the UFO stuff. You have some people out there still think that we're the zoo owners. No, bro. We're the monkeys in the zoo. Earth's not really ours. Get over it, okay? Clear pill approach, okay? Better than blue pill, even better than red pill. Clear pill. So just like that has happened, okay, in finance, we know in cryptocurrency land that when you trade a stock, bro, you don't actually own shit. Yeah, it's correlated to future cash flows because you have this theoretical imagination where one day you get to claim ownership of the DTCC, which is the New York database, which says that you have rightful ownership to this cash flow of this company in some warehouse. You don't own crap. Go buy McDonald's shares. You can't change the Big Mac burger. Good luck. We understand that in crypto. You don't actually own anything, bro. What are you actually trading? What are you investing in? You just want something that goes up in price. That's what you actually want. Okay, we get that. But the stock market normies, they don't get that yet. They think, oh, Johnson & Johnson baby bomb powder. I would like to own a piece of you, American business. That's what they're still thinking like. But when they see cryptocurrency thrashing up 300% in a month and not coming down, and then there's another 300%, they start to question reality in life. Okay? So the first step is this. It is where you get stocks, right, to come in. So everyone, they're releasing stocks, they're merging stocks and crypto. Because remember, friends, when people are trading, this is what's going to happen, right? Right now, there's a lot of day traders. They make most of their money in the first 2 to 3 hours of the open of the US session where all the volume comes in. That's what they're doing. Okay. When you have certain exchanges, like, RobinHood friends, they own Bitstamp. They bought Bitstamp. So now they're going to have market makers, which are going to have their stocks like Tesla, Amazon, Crapple, Netflix. Their stocks are going to be trading 24/7. So if there's a move in the overnight session and the stocks actually move, or on a weekend or stuff out here and they react, those traders, everyone in America is going to be like, oh crap, I'm missing out on the move. I've got to be hooked up to the cryptocurrency exchange Bitstamp. You get it? And now, once they're there and they have their capital there, they're just one button away from buying our Ponzi's. Okay. Now, of course, people will say, oh, they'll never buy a crypto Ponzi. You sure about that, brother? You sure about that? Look at you, by the way. Look at you. Look at me. None of us cared about cryptocurrencies until Bitcoin went up so moonshot high, cosmically high, to grab our attention. That's what's going to happen with them. Mario, top economist, has dropped a truth bomb on the big, beautiful bill. This is just the beginning.
Be defended as the milestone that is going to drive to higher cuts.
This man breaks down the urgency of the big, beautiful bill, BBB, and how it could start healing the economy, calling out the left's lack of foresight, highlighting, this is good. Big, beautiful bill spending. Remember, Elon Musk's having a bit of a tiff with Uncle Trump out here because they're all going to keep printing money, fans. Money supply expands. Just get over it, bro. The people choose that. At first it was like, oh no, you're getting robbed. And now after I've seen everyone, they're like, yes, we are. But we like it. You like getting robbed because you can't stomach volatility. You want your stable coin. People like it. Because the average person, friends, we can only process about 6 months into the future when we price in stuff into markets. That's the average, about 6 months. So that's why everyone's like, in 6 months, you're only going to lose on the books. The Kippy, you're only losing 1.5% in 6 months. but then that rolls again and again and again and again. But everyone's always thinking, oh, I'm holding these stable coins, US dollar cash account, whatever it is. I'm only going to lose 1.5% purchasing power in the next 6 months. That's okay. 1% is nothing. So that's why people get this perpetually bad notion where they stay poor. Michael Saylor, Bitcoin is based on physics. Yes, Saylor, I've said this since 12 years ago. So we are now in the process of morphing reality. So I guess Michael Chad Saylor replying to Elon Musk. Morphing reality, bending gravity itself, space-time. Alien supercycle is probably going to happen too. That's what we want to see, where, you know, Bitcoin just goes up, and that's what happens. The green candle appears, and everyone says, wow, look at that lollipop. I'd like a lick of that. This is amazing. I can't believe this thing's up. Then they start saying, this thing is greater than God. This is our new God. People been doing this since the beginning of time, okay? We haven't got there yet. We're going to get there. But first, we've got to crank it a bit. Giovanni's fans made the Bitcoin Power Law model. Remember the Bitcoin Power Law model? I will show that to you now. It is the new stock to flow model, the theme, the meme of this cycle. The Bitcoin Power Law model, here it is right now. And you're like, oh, wow, another chart that just goes up and to the right. Wow, how convenient. It's funny when I put it like that, isn't it? Because it always is. Hey, I've got a model for your bags, and it goes up and to the right forever. It's basically another way of saying you're going to be rich. Infinitely rich. The GTA money glitch cheat code. So on the right-hand side, you have the median price, the red line, the green line, friends, by the end of this year, 144K. By the end of next year, becomes 200K, depending on where we top out. The red line might be where we hit in the bear market. And then the maroon line, yeah, pretty much. I hope we hit it, but I doubt it. You know, because we hit it 1, 2, 3. We didn't hit it in the last cycle. You know, what if this one lets us down as well? We don't know, but it's another model where people will take on excessive leverage and probably bet on it too. Interesting. You can't even get any even if you wanted. This is what a couple of $100 does. This is PMaker. Interesting. The Pi governance token PMaker is a sub $10. So once again, pDAI, PulseChain, all these other secret PulseChain Pioneers stuff still happening out here. Unfortunately, PulseChain core coins are getting dunked on. Still, I hope it's Richard dumping, by the way. Can't prove anything. I hope it's him dumping. Because who else is dumping, bro? What are you dumping for? Where are they going? Oh, I'm going to go bridge out. Yeah, but there's nothing to chase. It's just like, oh, I'm bridging out just for the sake of bridging out. You know, so it's interesting. Here we have Mr. Berkshire Hill Farm Homestead. Great day, buy pressure. WAGME showing out here green. Yeah, it's, you know, but, you know, 3 and 4s and 5%. You know, we need a 400% just to go back to break even, pretty much. It's not even an exaggeration. We really do need that much out here. TVL market share heat map. Lending, liquid staking, and bridges have a majority of TVL total value locked together. But the most categories are green this week. Very interesting, friends. So on the left here, Aave V3 going up, TVL. You got to remember, friends, a lot of the TVL is priced in the tokens. So as the token price goes up, everything goes up together, right? Here you have, you know, Wrapped Bitcoin, Binance BTC, Igon Layer, Lido DAO. So why are these why is it this much? Because they're just holding Ethereum on there. Lido is obviously just Ethereum, the TVL, the total value lock. But the whole industry hopefully gets watered with this friendship. We have some Bitcoin Maxi stuff out here. Bitcoin is rules without rulers.
The Secret Service is a little bit nervous because I told them these Bitcoin guys really like guns. They really like the President and Vice President of the United States too.
No, we don't.
I want to also thank the...
Whoa, getting a bit spicy there. Wow, Robert Breedlove. That's not breeding love right there. So, yeah, man, the anarchy and everything, friends, is always going to be part of the crypto spirit, especially Bitcoin and, you know, anti-government stuff out here. But their voices get drowned out now because everybody just wants the Ponzi pump. So you're probably going to see more Bitcoin treasury stuff come out here. All the cypherpunks are on Ethereum, but no one really cares until the price goes up. So we'll see. Here's Pentoshi talking about Bonk Coin. This is undeniably at support, and it looks quite bullish at this base. This is bonk, big range. Yeah, hopefully bonk goes up. Remember, bonk is, I guess, one of the premier dog coin, meme coins on Solana. Bonk out here. It will be part of meme coin super cycle. Yeah, I know everyone's into it, and it's good. Hopefully it does well. Just be careful as well, man, because Solana's you've been the favorite for a year and a half. You know? Nothing stays the favorite forever. Nothing. Especially after a year and a half. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Interesting. Variant Fund invested in Phantom's $9 million Series A back in 2021. Oh, Phantom Wallet. 4 years later, Phantom generates $500K in revenue per day. Whoa. $500K revenue per day. That's huge. So, man, that's huge. How much would that be per year? That would be about $180 million in the year. Wow. And if they, so what you can do, if it's making 100, whoa, that's big, man. $180 million in the year. If it trades at like 30 times that yearly profit, that's a 5.4 billion market cap. But that's 30 times profit. These things trade up to like 100. So wow, man, that might be a $15 billion market cap for the Phantom wallet. Phantom, friends, is the premier wallet on Solana. It really helped their adoption because it's really simple and smooth to use. It's the cute little ghost. They probably will expand to other chains. They are expanding. They're adding like Bitcoin. They've got Ethereum and stuff support out here. But it's been a big part of Solana's adoption for the easy user experience. But here's the thing. All the other once again, friends, people always underestimate competition. People with the Solana and Phantom, right now, the user experience is literally zero for Normies on every other chain, and it's good on Solana. Okay. That gap is the widest it's ever going to be. It can only get tighter now. You know? It can only close. They just start copy pasting what they're doing. You get it? There's more liquidity rails and stuff out here. Then anybody can go anywhere, right? But that's why it's really hard, man. When you're the favorite, everyone says, "I'll keep betting on the winner." Yeah, but the winner doesn't stay the winner forever. Also, more doom scrolling, friends. One of my posts is here. Believe in something. So there's a post here. Check this out. Right here. This was on 23rd March, 21st, 22nd, 23rd March. The peak Richard Hart spitting on pDAI FUD. Right here. Right? So here we have people saying, if a YouTuber encourages investors to buy crypto that they know has an exploit, blah, 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 went up 600%. One of dozens of people and posts saying, send him in jail. Oh, send him in jail. Didn't tell you to buy. Didn't tell you to buy. Just said I'm buying. Hey, you cost everybody 600%. Interesting. I wonder if more of it's to come, by the way. pDAI is 0.4 cents. At 1 cent, we will have the Global Peggening. Thank you to Mr. HexiPulse. I am holding my pDAI with Summy. Well done, sir. Posts like this dry my lady garden up. Well, congratulations to you in your lady garden, HexiPulse. Just look at this again, by the way. Look at this cute Call Me Daddy sticker AI I made. Using AI for the right reasons, friends. See? Believe in something. Friends, you're not going to get this anywhere, dude. You're not going to get this anywhere. Watch all my videos. I don't say something's going anywhere. All I say is, I'm long. I like this price action. I'm holding. You can do what you want. I say it in every video. I'm long. I like it. I'm holding. If it goes to zero, I lose all my money. No guarantees. No crying in the casino. No promises. No guarantees. Nothing. It upsets people. You know what upsets other KOLs the most? It does. Because they got to make their living by promising people shit. Oh, it's definitely going up. This is definitely going to go up. This is definitely going to work. It can't fail. Yeah, it can. It can. Anything can fail. Of course it can. Makes you think. Richard Hart. Even Lamborghini knows what's up. Wow. 369 in the speed. 369. So people want to know, friends. So Hex's inflation is 3.69%. 369. It's one of those like recurring triangle numerology numbers as well. 369. So that's why it's like a meme number. So there's repeating fives. That's one of the meme numbers because the longest stake hex stake is 5555 days. Quadro Cinco. And 369 as well. So that's why you'll see in PulseChain community 369 and repeating fives is like a common meme number. DJ Khalid, my friend, I know you know what's up with pDAI. 33 tweets. Stupid pDAI. We are history in the making. For people out there, if you are bored about one coin, go watch someone else, dude. I don't need you. No one needs you. This coin doesn't need me. It's gonna do its move with or without me. Stablecoin Supercycle is confirming every day. We've got meme coin Supercycle coins. I love them. They're great. This is the first cycle unicorn though. I've never seen anything like this. So I like it even more. Upside's 250x if it works out. Downside, you lose all your money. Market saying there's less than 1% chance of success. I'm seeing stablecoin supercycle confirm every day. I'm seeing price action reverse all of the Caddy FUD, all of the Richard Hart FUD, and on the pDAI to Pulse ratio, all of the Maria Glitter Pants FUD has been reversed too. That's interesting. Something with an infinite minting inflation bug with scam long dong that's meant to be sending this thing to zero actually can't send to zero. Very interesting price action for me. 250x upside. I like it. You can do what you want though. Shout out to Mr. Durkey Turkey. I made this meme. Michael Saylor and DickWifButt. Meme coin supercycle. There's a DickButt on Coinbase. I like PulseChain. We got a DickWifButt. We are all in this together. Santiago Capital. This is Brett Johnson. Brett Johnson. If anyone has a real world example or proof of a euro-dollar balance on deposit at a bank outside the US being withdrawn for USD cash, I'd be interested in seeing it. I don't think it's impossible. So he's very obviously, he's kind of like, you know, big, he's a real big dollar bull. He thinks that, remember Brett Johnson had the milkshake super cycle, right? It was a milkshake theory, dollar milkshake theory, where he believed that as the world would get like worse, the dollar would go up, but then the US government would print money and it would make everything else weaker and the dollar would go up more. But actually his thesis has taken decades and decades and decades to play out because the dollar has topped out. So his dollar milkshake theory got maximum exposure here. That's when yes, Jim Cramer called for the US dollar to hit 140 here, and then literally it topped out. And it's been 3 years since. Of course, Jim Cramer. That was pretty much the end of it. Jim Cramer called for US dollar to 140. It's over, brother. Yeah, it could still go higher. He still thinks that this thing is eventually going to trend higher. I don't know. We'll cross that road when we get there. But yeah, it's very interesting. So, man, these things take a very, very long time. He's also not that... It's also funny, Brett Johnson, because he would always go on George Gammon's show. Brett Johnson, I'll show you him as well. He's like a Bitcoin kind of bear. Okay, Brett Johnson, Santiago Capital. He's always a Bitcoin bear because he believes this is a funny part, friends. Okay, Brent Johnson. When you get too smart for your own good, it doesn't work out too well for you. So Brent believed that the US government is never going to let Bitcoin dominate. So he was saying this and he had maximum network effect branding exposure in our bear market when Bitcoin was about 16 to 18K and will like falling to pieces. So he believed the US government, they're going to like let themselves rule. They're never going to let Bitcoin be adopted or anything. Like they always take their own power. They use their own currency to their own weapon. You're right, bro, about your theory, but Bitcoin's price still went up. So from 16K, dude, it's up like 8x, 7x, bro. You know what I mean? When it hits 160K, it's going to be 10x. So like you couldn't be more wrong about the price chart. So like, the theory's right. The government's never going to give it full control. Yeah, but what now? What now? You missed out on an intergalactic long because you thought you're just too smart for your own good. Because these people, they look at cycles and they think you're cuckoo. You know, we're trying to tell them, we're like, hey, what about the 4-year cycle? What about the 4-year cycle? He's like, 4-year Schmeichel. I don't believe in your 4-year cycle. Okay, bro, but like could you get more wrong than this, bro? I'm just going to show you again. Could you get more wrong then seeing, this is where this is where I was calling for it to die, bro. All right, look at this, dude. From literally down here, Bitcoin's up 572% in a straight line, 6.7x. That's about to crank up higher. So, you know, it's a mid-curve meme all over again, bro. Don't mid-curve it. Don't mid-curve it. Okay, just like, is everybody mid-curving altcoins right now? A lot of people are. They're long Bitcoin and they're long soy, and they've sold the bottom of many other coins. Willy Woo sold all his Bitcoin to go buy Bitcoin mining infrastructure. There are a lot of people out here, a lot of these pimple-faced trust fund kids. They are all in on the Bitcoin treasury bubble. They're buying all their stocks. Even though I'm telling them, brother, Bitcoin is expensive at $108,000 to the average person, and you're paying $200,000 equivalent on these stocks. God help you. But, you know, you're going to have to learn your lesson. It's funny, fancy people. It's even like Marcus Saylor. Like, bro, just because you can only legally buy Bitcoin doesn't mean altcoins aren't cheap. Just because you and your only legal loophole, just you're going to learn. You'll learn. You'll learn. But how long is it going to take for them to learn? We'll see. Business PMI came out 49. We need it above 52. Once it's at 55, everything starts to play out, okay? So that's what we're waiting for. It's been forever, 32 months and counting. Let's see. Just to remind you, the longest in history was 42 months in the past 70 years. The longest in history. So 42 months of garbage. So if you really, really, really were like, hey, man, what's the absolute worst it's been? Yeah, it's another 10 months from here. I don't think it's going to get there, but then again, what do I know? We don't know shit. Just telling you that's the worst case. Hopefully, we charge up and friendship is on the horizon. Like and subscribe. Press the bell button. Press all. Catch you soon.